am held in love, I'm held in peace. God is holding me. With every breath, with every step, God is holding me. 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 I'm held in love, I'm held in peace. God is holding me. In every breath, with every step, God is holding me. 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 One more time. God is holding me. God is holding me. God is holding me. God is holding me. Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Bellingham. Let's start this celebration by standing and singing not one but two songs. We'll start with Right Where I Belong and launch into a call and response of Down in My Soul. Look at this glorious morning. Why ask for anything more? I follow where my heart leads. Walk through this open door. I've always been a seeker. I felt I was alone. Now in this room full of smiling faces, I know I've found my home. This is where joy lives, this is where love is, this is a place where I am strong. This is where eyes meet, where kindred hearts beat. I am right where I belong. You sound great. Oh, 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 oh. Here in this space I'm accepted. I'm welcome just as I am. I'm ready to be inspired, to reach out a helping hand. This is a new beginning. I trust in the mystery. Now that my heart is open, there's no place I'd rather be. This is where joy is, this is where love is, this is a place where I am strong. This is where eyes meet, where kindred hearts beat. I am right where I belong. This is where joy is. This is a place where I am strong. This is where eyes meet, where kindred hearts beat. I am right where I belong. Now, oh, 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 oh. I am right where I belong. Again, oh, 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 oh. I am right where I belong. Also in your bulletin, the music for Down in My Soul. It's a call and response. Kathy will call and will respond. As soon as I get it together. Here we go.
I hear the music.
I hear the music.
Down in my soul.
Down in my soul.
I hear the music.
I hear the music.
Down in my soul.
Down in my soul.
I hear the music.
I hear the music.
Down in my soul.
Down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. I got a new day.
I got a new day.
Down in my soul.
Down in my soul.
I got a new day.
I got a new day.
Down in my soul.
Down in my soul.
I got a new day.
I got a new day.
Down in my soul.
Down in my soul. Here we go.
And the whole wide world is my home. I love the silence.
I love the silence.
Down in my soul.
Down in my soul.
I love the silence.
I love the silence.
Down in my soul.
Down in my soul.
I love the silence.
I love the silence.
Down in my soul.
Down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. I feel the power. I feel the power. Down in my soul.
Down in my soul.
I feel the power.
I feel the power.
Down in my soul.
Down in my soul.
I feel the power.
I feel the power.
Down in my soul.
Down in my soul.
And the whole wide world is my home. Oh, yes,
yeah.
it is. And the whole wide world is my home.
Good job.
In the beginning was the one presence of the undivided and unmanifest pure spirit of life, light, and love. In its generosity, it shared itself, its consciousness, its love in the visible form of creation. We acknowledge this presence within us and as us. In the creative energy of the divine feminine and masculine, expressing in all our giftedness and creativity, we acknowledge this in our companion Mother Earth and all sentient beings. This universal presence in everything we call the Christ. We light this candle as a visible reminder of the Christ presence expressing in, as, and through us in this present moment now. It is the truth. Let us own it. Let's light this candle together in our minds and hearts. That's where the real light is. This is a symbol, right? And so the light is here, and it shines from here. Yes, so let's own it. Okay. So welcome to everybody, Unity of Bellingham. My name is Shari Humes, and I'm your platform assistant for today. And I want to welcome everyone here. If there's anyone here for the first time, if you want to raise your hand, we have a welcome packet for you, or then we also know that we'll come and say hello to you at the end of service. So perhaps we have friends online for the first time. We welcome you. We're going to take a moment to have a time of greeting. So we'll get up and get around and shake hands, hug if you want to. Do wave to everybody online because they do like that. So let's take a few moments to greet one another. Okay. Oh, we are a lovey-dovey group, aren't we? If you go ahead and take your seats, that would be wonderful. I want to say thank you today for our music ministry as well. We have Kathy and Kate. Yeah. And our guest musician today is JP Falcon Grady. Okay. So let's take a nice, just collective breath together. We're going to say our 5 principles together. So as we get centered, 5 principles of unity. Together. God is good and present in all things. The holiness of God is my own true nature. I am creating my experiences by how I think. My thinking is guided by my daily affirmative prayers and affirmative actions. I follow and am sustained by these values in every way, every day, and so it is.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open
Let us join together in prayer. As where two or more are gathered, the presence of the one is multiplied, folded, and a recipe for transformation begins. Let us take this time of oneness to be still for a moment, to breathe in and accept this joining of heart and mind with Source Divine. As we pray together, each of us allows the heavenly ear of the one presence and power to hear our collective prayer for greater compassion among all, tenderness for one another, as you, God, have for us. We ask to see the order in all things, to have faith that you hear our prayers, and we with open heart and mind hear, feel, and know that life has a flow, a rhythm that we implicitly trust. When life poses challenges, we seek the opportunity to grow by asking for what we need. If you have a need for yourself, ask this now. If you would like to pray for another or a situation, speak it aloud if you choose, and know that the presence of the One hears you and greater well-being is made manifest. So take this moment now if you wish. And so it is, and so it is. Amen. Let us now sink and settle more fully into the silence. Breathe in. Breathe in and out. Your body is settling. Your mind is opening. Opening to seeking and finding oneness with the One. Take a few more deep, slow breaths. Meditation is a tool for gaining peace, inviting healing, opening to love, allowing transformation. Choosing to calm your body and quiet your mind prepares you for all human experiences. Relaxing into silence and following your breath allows an ease and flow to envelop and expand your experiences. Life is in continual motion. Our bodies are different today by a few billion cells than yesterday. Trees and flowers provide an example of the same birth, death, and transformation throughout the seasons all around the world. How do we support ourselves for growth, transformation, or what are often called challenges? The path is to seek the one divine presence, the source of love and compassion in you, as you, within all, as all. Follow your breath. Find the still point within. The still point where there is no thought, just a feeling of being. The feeling of peace, love, joy. Joined in unity as one in this moment. Again, follow your breath. Find the still point within your body. Breathe in. Repeat silently to yourself, I am. I am. Heart receptive, inner eye open. Breathe. I am here with you, Spirit, and I feel you are here with me. Continue to follow your breath. Expand the still point within. I am. I am aligned with love divine. Breathe in. I am. I am glowing in peace. I am peace. I am peaceful. With heart receptive and inner eye open, I know all is well with me, in my life, and for those I care for. Feel and sense this knowing. Breathe in. Our breath connects us to a current of well-being. Seek oneness with the silence. Find your still point and breathe into the vast, loving support that's always present when you prepare to listen, to feel the rhythm of the universe. And so it is. Amen.
pondered, I've painted white-colored leaves until they're green like my envy, or brown like the stain worn deep in my sleeve. So deep in my sleeve. The clock is still ticking there on the wall. It's pounding, pulsing, and echoes the hall. I wait here with wonder. Couldn't this be true? I'm so in love. With you. With you, life, it's coming round. With you, love, it's raining down. With you, life's all around me. Let that moon come calling, let it shoot through you. Showered voices falling down, let your dreams come true. 'Cause I know you, I know you, I know you. Yes, I do, baby, you're misty blue. Sometimes I see pictures created by words. Other times there are voices and the eyes shine empty when the voice is unheard. Echoes, echoes, echoes unheard. By twisting and turning, I find my way home. I awake and I find you there, tender and warm, wishing shiver I, a wink from your eye, and I'm in love. You, love, it's coming round. With you, life, it's raining down. Every day, every night is falling. Feeling all around. Letting that moon come calling, let it shoot through you. Showered voices falling down, let your dreams come true. I know you, I know you, I know you, yes I do. Pondered, I've painted white-colored leaves.
Wow. There's a whole world of meaning in that one. One thing I heard though was pay attention, and really seeing that you painted a picture of so many different ways and beautiful scenes, and just it's there. And we just want to pay attention to it. I'm bringing this back. It's a couple themes that we've gone over the last few weeks, and one of them we did a while ago was paying attention. It's like it's right there, but we just miss it because we're not attentive to it. And walking in and seeing the person and going, oh, I love you. And it's so easy to miss those moments and the colors and the beautiful visions that you, in that song. It's just paying attention. And Shari bringing us in that meditation of just slow, oh, that was just perfect. Oh, this isn't accidental. By the way, we do kind of plan this, what the theme is and how it works together. And yet it still amazes me how it just all flows together. And so today I want to talk about paying attention. That's part of what I want to mention. But it's just amazing. Like on Wednesday, I thought, well, what are we putting in for the talk this week? And we have a theme for the month, and we have a theme moving in. Lent is coming, by the way, and a little bit of what I'm talking about is getting ready for this 40 days. And what does Lent mean? It means spring. Some of this stuff, this beautiful spiritual practices we have, it's like this great, great spiritual practice. What is it, Lent? What does it mean? It's spring. Well, that's profound. But we pay attention. Something's happening. Spring is coming. What are we doing with that? And then I look around and I'm just seeing in the paper every day what's going on in Turkey and Syria, and it just, my heart goes out to them. I heard on the radio, 45,000 people are dead and missing. It's like, I can't even make sense of that, And so what's so easy to go, that's just too, that's just scary and ugly and it's just too sad. And I turn it off, don't want to hear. But we got to pay attention. And I want to start with something very practical, is because when I heard that, I remembered that I lived through, when I first got to California in 1989, the Loma Prieta earthquake. I was driving home on 880, and I was coming up the street, and my car started doing this. I'm like, what's wrong with my car? And people are moving over. I grew up in Chicago and Iowa. I had no idea what an earthquake was. And I'm going, what's wrong with my car? And I pulled off the road, and all these cars are pulling over. It's like, you just do these crazy things. Like, everybody's having trouble with their car at the same time? That is so weird. And I saw this line of cars pulling over, and my mind went, oh, that must be a funeral procession. They're all moving over. They're following each other. Like, I didn't have the consciousness. I didn't have the understanding of what was going on. And I pull off, and I go by the library to get to my place, and the bricks from the library had rolled into the street. I had to go around them. I'm like, oh my God, somebody attacked the library. They knocked out a wall. I didn't know. And I rolled down my window. I go, what is going on? He goes, earthquake. I'm like, oh, the aha phenomena. That was a 6.8 Loma Prieta. The World Series was going on. I actually left work a little early. It's about 5 o'clock to get home to watch the game. Remember when you could just turn on the TV and watch a ball game? You didn't need the MLB package for $69.99 a month. Just watch a ball game. World Series, And, and you want to pay attention, but sometimes don't have the data to know how to put it all together. So that was a 6.9. Do you remember the Nisqually? That happened close by here 20 years ago in Seattle, Nisqually earthquake. And that was a 6.9. And the way they measure them, when you go from like a 6.9 to a 7.9, which is what happened in Turkey, that's not just a little bit more. That's 10 times more, longer, stronger, and rolling out. And so, when I moved up here, I said, I'm getting out of California, no more wildfires. No more earthquakes? Yeah. Come to Bellingham. So, I got online and I looked up. I had done this before, but I wanted to be sure I really understood what was going on. It's like, the Cascadia subduction zone right off Victoria Island. And they, 50 years ago, we didn't know about that, by the way. And 35 years ago, we were just figuring it out. Of course, Bellingham was made 100 years ago, before anyone had a clue that we were right off by this major earthquake fault. And you can imagine like this, it's these two plates, Juan de Fuca and the North American plate, and they run like this, and one starts moving, and the other starts building up, and then all of a sudden, boom, it releases. And they say the one that could come from the Cascadia subduction zone will be a 9. A 9. Could be. So you go from 6.9, say 7, you go to 8 and 9. That's not 10 times, it's 100 times worse. And that would be offshore. Not only that, there's a big fault line running right through Seattle, by the way. That's where Nisqually. And then the real risk for us here, and maybe Bellingham only had some small fault lines, but what would happen was you get tsunamis, you get shaking, You get the after quakes that come along, maybe not quite as bad. And I think, well, what's going to happen then is that maybe we're not even the ones that feel it so much. Maybe we're high enough and we're protected on the Puget Sound, and the tsunamis may come in, but right here where we're at, we could be okay. But then what happens? The roads are out, the internet's out, the electricity's out, the gas can't go through. So what we did, because we lived in California, we had a lot of stuff like this. These are really cool. You can stack them up in your backpack. You lift them open, they got a solar panel, and you light them up, and they get you through the night, and then when your Christ candle goes out, you can... You never know when you're going to need one. Sorry. It's a great metaphor, though, on how, you don't know what's going to happen. Things come up. So I brought a couple of these. And after the Loma Prieta, Diane and I, we bought things like this of water and a couple packs. And we got a backpack for all the kids. We were ready. We kept them in the car. And later we got more relaxed and we kept them in the garage. But for years we drove around with water and clothes in the car, and food and tuna fish and rice. And just in case, you don't know where you're going to be. And what if the power goes out? And what if you need it? What I'm talking about is being ready, is paying attention. But of course, today I don't really want to get into earthquake preparedness. If you want to, and tsunami preparedness, you can go to ready.gov. Let me say it again, ready.gov. It's really simple. With Homeland Security, they did a lot of work, and they found some really simple things. If you go, are we prepared? Do we have enough stuff? Do we know what, and how are we going to think about this? Ready.gov. Just look it up. You get all your stuff. So that's enough said about actual preparedness, because I really want to talk about leaders of water. I want to talk about leaders of something else. Well, before I do that, let me just say, we breathe about 9,000 liters of air a day. This is 12. We breathe 9,000 liters of air a day. And if we're in a kind of stressed and we're breathing from our chest instead of slow, easy breathing from our bellies, we might breathe 13, 14, 15,000 liters of air a day. And if we're breathing slow like we did during the meditation, we get energized. And more than 90% of our energy is coming from this reaction from the oxygen that's in this air in our body. And we want to be ready for that. I want to tell you a story, and then I'm going to put this thing about the earthquake and the story together, and you'll see how it all mixes together, I hope. There's a story, and it's in the book of Exodus, and there's a guy named Moses. And Moses, he kind of had a run-in, and he thought he was going to be this social justice guy and protect a fellow Hebrew, and he ended up killing an Egyptian who was being cruel to some of the Hebrews, treating them as slaves. And so all of a sudden he got found out, and he got worried, and there was a price out on his head, and he had to flee. And he went out into what I don't know what it was 4,000 years ago, but I've seen pictures of it now. It's the desert, man. Midian, way out in kind of the middle of nowhere. Well, it seemed to be nowhere to me. North of Saudi Arabia, south of Israel, it stays Israel. And he's out there roaming around, and all of a sudden, he's trying to figure out what happened to my life. I was like the child of Pharaoh. I was on the track to be a leader of this great country, and all of a sudden I did this horrible crime, and now I'm out in the desert, a refugee. And he sees this bush, and it seems like it's burning, and he gets really curious. He's all of a sudden what? He's paying attention. A burning bush. And, he's deep in his thought. He's roaming the desert. He's trying to figure out his life. He's trying to pay more attention, wanting to know. He's asking, where am I going? Where am I going? And he sees this bush, and it's burning. And what's funny is I'm reading this story, and I'm writing this, and Diane says, look at that bird outside. And as I'm writing, I look up, and I look out the window, and there's a tree. It's a deciduous tree. It's got all just leaves, and the drips of the water are on it, and the sun is going down just at the right spot where every single drip of water was aglow. And I swear, it looked like someone had burned Christmas lights over this entire tree. And Diane and I are looking out the window going, and I'm just reading about the burning bush, and I'm looking out the window. It's like, this tree is alive, man. It's just like somebody lit it up. I go, okay, I'm on the right track. Do this story. This is right. do this story. So he walks up and he tries to see and he hears a sense. It's like this is holy ground. Okay. Was that area, what was holy ground? Was it, 2 feet around the burning bush, 5 feet around the burning bush, 10 feet around? No. It's all holy ground. But he didn't see it before. It's like, you are on holy ground. And they tell this story as if there's a discussion, and he's talking to this bush, and the bush is saying, that's holy ground, and so take off your shoes. But my sense of it is, it's not just so much a conversation. See, he has an awakening. He's paying attention. He goes, oh my God, this whole place, this earth, this dust of who we are. And in his time, he would have thought it's just dust. It's just dirt. God made it. There's dirt. But we know now it's not just dirt. It's stardust. We came from a supernova, and it just expanded all the dust and reformed and became our solar system. And this is stardust. He goes, you're standing on holy ground. You're standing on holy dust of the stars. You're standing on the stuff of the cosmos, man. You pay attention to what this is. Pay attention to what you are, what I am, what you are, what all of us are. We're this very divine substance that came from, something nothing. I don't know what nothing is. It's what physics are always saying. How did nothing come from something? What's nothing? We're doing experiments. We're trying to figure out what is nothing. It's fascinating. And as soon as we figure that out, we'll have more questions. And on goes science. We came out of this, the stuff, the quantum soup of nothing, where there was nothing, then there was a particle, then there was nothing. There was a particle, there was nothing. There it is, and there it's not. And there it is, and what is that? It's dark matter. What's dark matter? Who knows? But it's got to be there. We don't know. We came from the thing, like it seemed like nothing, and all of a sudden there's something, and it's sacred. Look at us. Look at this sacred stuff. And then he says, and then this voice from the bush, this sacred bush, this thing that's burning, this amazing thing he says, I am the divine. I am the God of Abraham and Sarah and Jacob and Leah and Rachel and I am that. And he says, you got to go because people are suffering and I need to send you because I'm responding. So catch this. God says, I'm going to respond to the prayer of the people that need help. Here's my response. You go do something. Moses is, all of us. I prayed to God, but God doesn't seem to answer. God says, I answered. I'm sending somebody to do something about it. Right? Moses, prophets, Jesus, disciples, saints, people of all faith traditions. Yes, I hear the call. You, go do something. Start moving your sacred feet on sacred ground. And then this sense of, and then this is really cool, and it's called a tetragrammaton. It's an interesting word. And you look in this Exodus, and Moses says, well, when I go to the people and tell them that this God sent me, who do I tell them your name is? And this is really cool. It's why, it's like HVH, yeah. YH, it's VH, yeah. And people, so sometimes you see it written Lord, capital Lord. And sometimes people say, well, you pronounce it Yahweh, or maybe Jehovah. And one of the translations that we love, and all these are fine, this is all good. And one of the translations, I am that I am. I am that I am. It's a beautiful translation, but what if it's not a word to be translated? What if this isn't about a translation at all? The tetragrammaton, these 4 letters. Yah, Yah, hey, Yah, hey. What if it's your breath? What if it's the sound of your breath? Well, how do you write the sound of your breath? Tetragrammaton, this phrase. And one of the deep sort of mystical understandings of this whole part of Exodus is, as Moses says, who do I say is coming? And he's in this place, he's in this connection, he's having this deep spiritual, maybe mystical experience with this burning bush. And who are you? Who do I say that I feel this urge? I've been sent, I'm being called. But who, from what? From what? So remember the story back in Genesis? What is people? It's like the creation story is we took this cosmic dust, this stuff of the cosmos, this very dust, which in Hebrew was the word Adama, dirt. It was kind of earthiness. Farmers would work in the Adama, this earthiness. And so there was this earth person, Adam. We say Adam. And the divine said, this, I breathe into you, And not only is the divine breathing into this Adam, but this Adam is breathing right back into the God. And so, this breath. Who are you, divine? Who are you, burning bush? Who are you, God? What's your name? So I breathe, and you breathe, and I'm breathing what you breathe out. And you're breathing what I breathe out, and you're breathing what she breathes out, and he's breathing what you breathe. And we're in this room, and we talk about oneness. What does that mean? Everybody breathes. And what is the divine? It's interesting. In Hebrew, the word for breath and the word for spirit, ruach, same word. And when they wrote this, in Greek, when they wrote the New Testament and they wrote this out, they used the word pneuma, kind of where we get the word pneumonia, because it has to do with lungs and breathing. And pneuma, spirit, and breath, same word. In English, we made them two different words. So sometimes I think we lose the deeper meaning of what's going on here. And when, like in Ephesians says, the Spirit of God is all around you, is moving through you, it is in you. What changed the word? Breath is all around you. Air is, and no, not air. Breath is all around you. Not air, breath, the holy breath. We are people of this cosmic dust and people of this holy breath. It is all around us. It is moving through us. It is in us, as us. The breath. And that's spirit. And that's God. Wait. Isn't God like out there, not this close? No, it's that close. It is us. It is the very essence of us. And I thought about, well, if I go on the moon, there's no air, there's no breath. Right, we are not moon people. We are earth people. Adama, we're stuff of the earth. And the divine loves us as stuff of the earth, as stuff of this earth. And what's also beautiful is God is the basic. This very prayer that God said, then all of this stuff, every red-headed, pelated woodpecker that I saw here the other day, or the owls and the deers that walk by, every one of these creatures are breathing too. And we're all breathing. The trees are breathing. The world is breathing. We are big, this flow of the divine. How make sense of that? I mean, we talk about in unity all the time that we're not talking about some God out there, some tangential energy that's coming to us and touching us. And when we say we think of God, we center in and we connect to the divine within, and we say it, but we can connect that right to our very breath. With each breath in, all these symbols are all connecting us with the very essence of our breath. And so I look about, here's the putting these together now. We are trying to prepare for earthquakes and tsunamis and other things. True, good idea. Smart, really good thing. We're also trying to prepare for the joys of life, for the challenges of life, for the illnesses that we sometimes experience in life, for the healing that we want in life, for the transformations, for times that we're so strong, for times that we're celebrating, for times that we're just seeing how much we love each other. We're preparing for that. And also we're preparing for the times people are born and the people pass on. And the times people are doing their best, and sometimes people are hurt, our frustration, our confusion, our anger, and all the things that come at us. How do we prepare for those? And it's not buying a liter of water. It's getting our leaders of air in line. And our connection to breath, our connection to spirit, our connection to centering into the truth of the divine essence that's flowing in us, it's all around us, is flowing through us. And I'm not saying spirit is air. That's not it, because, spirit is on the moon, spirit is on Mars. There's no air there. It's not a matter of, and it's not even a metaphor. It's an experience. It's an experience of feeling the God energy of ourselves, like Ephesians 4 talks about this one spirit all around, flowing through and as us, as it says in Scripture over and over and over. I love this piece in Acts, the very first part of Acts. I was reading it today. Luke and then Acts follows right after it. And there's a resurrected Christ. In the very first chapter, these people see this resurrected Christ. They said, now you're going to bring the kingdom of Israel back, right? I'm like, you still don't get it. This isn't about building kingdom. And he says, well, God knows the time of that. Deal with that. He goes, but I'm going to send you and be ready for something new. The Spirit will come upon you. The breath, the holy breath will come upon you. And then you will act in my name, the name of the one, the name of the I am. And then we'll act from that place of the breath when the Spirit comes, when we recognize, and the Spirit's always here, but we recognize that energy of the Spirit that is within us, and then we act from breath. It's kind of simple. We're sacred dust on sacred ground that's filled with the divine breath. And that's who we are. And so Lent is coming. Do you feel that? It's like not as complex and yet wonderfully beautiful. As Lent is coming, and I thought this, you remember this? You might have seen this a few weeks ago. I pulled out this thing. We're people of dust, the salad bowl, and we're people who also are of spirit. This realm of heaven that Jesus constantly talked about. It says, where are you going, Jesus? What you got to come back. Where are you going? He goes, don't you know the reason I came was to proclaim this realm of heaven, the realm of the divine, the place of spirit. I have come to enliven and awaken people to their spiritual nature. And when you're at the level of spirit, it's not separate from the fact that we're earth creatures. We're embedded. We're like stacked. And that spiritual energy, you can go to it. It flows through it. We're in it. Where it's separate. It's not. It's this beauty, this image. We're both. Childhood. I took the stardust, the stuff of the earth. The word was, earth. Adama, and made an Adam, a person, a dirt person. And I put spirit flowing right into it. And then we're both, people of spirit, people of earth. So we do want to plan for the earthquakes on earth. We do want to be smart. We do want to be healthy. We do want to deal with the fact that we're the stuff of this dust, this stardust. And also we live in this place of spirit. Lent is coming, spring. And then Easter is after that, 40 days later, not counting Sundays. You might have known that. If you count the 40 days, you can't count Sundays, or it's like 47. Anyhow, little tidbit. Sundays don't count. And Easter. For Lent, Sundays don't count. And there's this old tradition of I'm going to give something up. I'm going to do something. That's not a bad tradition in the sense that if we do something that allows us to pay attention, just look for the burning bush. Look for where we're standing, right? Like noticing things that we didn't notice before. Joy and I used to, and I want to talk about 20 minutes every day. Here's what I'm going to suggest. It's a suggestion. It's what I'm going to do. It's what actually we've already started doing, Diane and I. But I suggest for this, every morning, find a time that works for you, 20 minutes of meditation. I want to talk about that for a second. And what do you mean by that? Breathe. 20 minutes of breathing. And how many people, and how many people says, well, I got 20 minutes. I'm pretty busy, you know what? 20 minutes or even 30 minutes of meditation in the morning, you will find it'll seem like we have easily another extra hour of time in the day. This is like a wu wei. We've talked about this wu wei, this effortless effort. I was doing heart math the other day, just thinking about different wounded and different healing that need. And I came up with, in the heart math, remember heart math, Matthias did it, and he said, you do the heart math, you go to this place of where you're in your joy, but you bring it to a place where there's a real challenge. And I was thinking of that, the challenges in the world, the challenges I know in my life, the challenges of healing. And what I got was rest and get busy. Rest and get busy. Restful action. Do it restfully. But do it, but restfully. And don't be doing it so fast that we're knocking ourselves out, but rest for healing. Do it restfully. And I think of that piece from the Tao, that wu wei, effortless action, like water falling down a channel. You think, oh man, it's just flowing. It's so beautiful. It's not hardly doing anything. It's going through the channel. Look at it going. Then you go stand it and you're going, whoa, it's knocking me over. It's powerful. And yet it's just beautifully flowing. And yet it's overwhelming. And yet it's just moving so easily. Restful action, wu wei, effortless effort. And to me, my experience with meditation is very much like this. It's a place of being in the silence, but it's a silence that's it's doing nothing, that's doing so much. It's being silent that's so loud at the same time. Now, there's lots of ways of meditation, so I'm just going to suggest one. I know most people have their own way, but if someone's saying, I don't maybe meditate as much, like what exactly I do? Find a place and sit. You could put your feet flat or cross your legs, however you feel. Sit comfortably. I use a timer. I use Insight Timer, and I just set it for 20 minutes. And one of the ways we've done this in Unity is we follow our breath like this. There's a scripture that says, peace be still and know that I am God. So breathe in peace. Breathe out, be still. You can start with just saying, peace be still and know that I am God. Peace be still and know. Breathe again, peace be still. Then you can get to peace, be. So breathe in peace. You breathe out, be still. And then you just follow your breath. And you follow your breath. And things will come up in your mind. Of course they will. They always do. Oh, I got to do this. I got this list to do. I got something to do later. Oh, I was supposed to call somebody. Maybe I should get up right now and call them. Yeah, just note it. If you want, some people put a little pad next to their chair. Oh, I should do that. Okay, it's done. I'll do it later. Peace. Be still. People find other mantras. You could use the word that you got on your white stone. You can find a way. But find one way and take 40 days. I do it on Sundays too. So take 47. And meditate for 20 minutes. Do you think we can do that? And here, that's part one. At least do that. Go to your breath. Because when you go into your breath, you're going to spirit. And it's not just literal, it's the Yahweh, this tetragrammaton, these 4 letters are saying, when God said, who are you? He says, breathe these, just breathe. Then you'll know. Breathe. Then you'll know. Are you the breath? Breathe. And then you'll know. Are you spirit? Breathe. But pay attention to the breathing. Pay attention to what's in nature and the burning. Pay attention to that breathing for 20 minutes. And when something distracting comes up again, you can write it down or you can just go, oh, that's nice. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Peace. Be still. And just go back to it. You can't do it wrong. There's no right or wrong to this. And some days you got me go, that's the most amazing meditation. And then the next day you got me go, my mind is crazy. Okay, that's part one of what I'm suggesting for Lent. And Lent starts Wednesday. It's Ash Wednesday, or maybe Cosmic Dust Wednesday, depending on how you want to look at it. If you're curious about that, come on Wednesday at 6:30. We're going to have our Ash Wednesday celebration. The other part is number 2, is also do 20 minutes later in the day, maybe at night. And maybe you bookmark meditation morning and night. But here's another suggestion, and that would be fine. That would be lovely and beautiful. But think also in terms of this of this dynamic of we breathe in and we breathe out with each other. And our breath is not a solitary journey. It can't be. My meditation is never just my meditation, because everything I'm breathing out, you're breathing in. And oh, that's what's so beautiful about meditating together, because there's a truth to it. I love when, Shari does the meditation today, and our other assistants who are leading the prayer and meditation, is we're doing it together, and there's a truth of that. There's a connection that we feel when that happens. So, and the other 20 minutes a day, think of this: can we connect in some way of service? Or you can meditate again at night. But here would be some examples of another 20 minutes. It's like I'm breathing in and breathing out. I know my connection. So I will maybe every day, I'm going to write a letter. Tess, you do that. I'm going to write a letter. I haven't wrote a letter to someone. I'm going to send a card. Somebody I haven't talked to, I'm going to call them. I'm going to give 20 minutes, and I'm going to call them to find out how they are. I'm going to pray for somebody. I'm going to do affirmative prayer for somebody. I'm going to go volunteer once a week at a certain place where I know I can be of assistance. This lady's having a hard time. I'm going to walk her dog for her. Oh my gosh, start making your list. Who couldn't find 20 minutes of service a day? What's our mission statement? Joyful, creative, spiritual community, spiritual practices, and compassionate service. Now let's find some time every day in Lent to do this practice. Peace, be still. If that one works for you, there's others. You can use the Yahweh letters too if you want. You can do aloha if you're like the Hawaii thing. Hello. Just go to your breath, okay? Yahweh. Yeah. Let's try that. Close your eyes for a second, and let's connect with that same God that connected with Moses. Yad, hey, va, hey, hey, va, hey,
That time was so sweet. I was still in my breath when I looked up and Frank was sitting down. Sweet. Okay. This is our time for offering, and it's a time to give. And so if you take your offering to your heart, we're always grateful for your generosity. Affirm quietly to yourself, I give freely and joyfully, for God is my source, and I have abundance in all areas of my life. And together, let's say our offertory blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you.
This is from my friend Evan, who we just recently lost. So, I know your time on earth was trouble. Only you can know the pain. You weren't afraid to face the devil, no. You were no stranger to the rain. Go rest high faces when they hear your sweet voice sing. Go rest high on the mountain. Oh, your work on earth is through. Go to heaven shouting love for the Father and the Son. Go to heaven shouting love for the Father and the Son. God bless you, Evan.
Wow. Lots of layers in that one. Thanks, JP. And so we bless these gifts. Wow, with so much gratitude. The gifts come in, and it's just this abundance, and we feel this abundance that just arises from the community for our ministry and for our mission here at Unity of Bellingham, and for the city of Bellingham, for Whatcom County, for our preparedness, and for peace on the earth, and for people in Turkey and Syria. So it is. I'm really excited, but I'm kind of resonating with that song. What a beautiful tribute to your friend, JP. Thank you so much. Hey, so I have some fun announcements, as always. So here's the thing. You know, the first Sunday of the month, we've been doing a potluck. But this next Sunday, what we're going to try to do is a men's pancake breakfast. Yes, back by popular demand, the men of spirit will have a pancake breakfast. Now, a lot of men are looking at me and going, we are? But I've talked to some of you. I haven't gotten around to everyone yet, but you know, if we're going to do it, I just got to put it out. So here's the fun thing, March 5th. And the Saturday before, we're going to prepare. So at 2 to 3:30, Men of Spirit, we're going to have Unity of Bellingham Men of Spirit. We're going to get together and we're going to have a talk. We're going to have a time for sharing. And then at 3:30, we're going to set up the kitchen, get ready for the next morning, and we'll decide who's going to cook what, and who's going to do pancakes, and who's going to do sausage, and all that. So why don't you mark it on your calendars? That'll be fun. First Sunday of March, Men of Spirit, pancake breakfast. And so for some of you guys look at me like, what are we doing? So talk to me. We'll put it in the bulletin. But we're going to get together again the Saturday before, which is March. So it's March 4th is the Saturday. From 2 to 3:30, we're going to meet first and have a time together as men. And then at 3:30, we'll prepare for the day. Also, by the way, if a lot of you have been traditional Christian, have grown up with Ash Wednesday, and you maybe seen lots of people walking around with big black ashes on there, which is, you know, beautiful tradition. I mean, that's great. I've never done it in Unity. Since I've been in Unity, I've never really been a part of that. But I kind of miss it. I don't miss big black ashes, but I do miss the thought of it, that it's a kickoff to something special, a kickoff to a special season where we can really focus on something. So we'll call it Ash Wednesday. You might want to think of it as Stardust Wednesday, and it's going to be from 6:30 to 7, and it's also the very first one of our new members classes. So people who are here for the class will be here anyhow, but if you want to come join us for the first half hour for the Stardust Ash Wednesday, and then you can stay for the first class, which will be rather metaphysical and talking about the Fillmores, because it's an introduction, it's a Unity Basics class. That'll be this Wednesday. It'll be in the bulletin, and come at 6:30, and it's going to be fun. By the way, right after service, the board members who are here, just a reminder, we need to meet just really quickly. We've got just 10, 15 minutes of business to attend to. And right after that, we have deeper meanings. And George, where do you want to meet? Just right here?
Yeah, that's maybe up over here, so we're out of people's way.
Okay, so we'll set up the chairs and of course George is on the board, so give him a minute, but then we'll come back and we'll have deeper meanings right here. And then finally, I think, we're about halfway through our Raise the Roof fundraiser. And I don't know if you guys have been looking outside, but the roof is looking really good. And we just got all these additional pieces that were like kind of rotted behind the gutters. And the gutters are coming, I think, next week. And so we're getting there. And then we had like we earmarked 10 weeks. We're about halfway through. So anyhow, with a little music, anybody who wants to make a contribution to the Raising the Roof of our Consciousness Fund, please feel free to come forward and be acknowledged. Next week we'll have an update on where we're at on the whole Raising the Roof campaign, and but it's Lent, so there's the raising the physical roof, and then let's let Lent be the final part of raising the roof of our consciousness. We never can stop doing that, but it's a good focus point. Okay, beautiful.
I have a quick
Sure.
announcement. Quick announcement. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock, I'm going to stand up. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock, we're putting together a unity choir to sing on April 2nd, Palm Sunday. So we're going to come out 4 o'clock, pass out all the music. We're going to figure out how many people are going to be here and assign parts. And so that's tomorrow and every Monday after that.
Let's stand up and sing. Go out and shine your light. Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine again. Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Step out and take a chance. Walk the talk, join the dance. Relax, enjoy the ride. Let kindness be our guide. You gotta go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. One voice, one hand, one heart. Wanna change, make a start. We're one big family. What's good for you is good for me. You gotta go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. You are beautiful.
Okay. Let's do our prayer for protection, and we do include everyone, everywhere. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. So thank you for being here today. It's been a wonderful day. Let's make a circle and sing our song.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing.